In this video, we will cover the ratio test. So the ratio test, for some people, is their go-to test. It's definitely good for factorials and exponentials. So the ratio test allows us to determine if a series converges absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a sub n plus 1 divided by a sub n. We're going to take the limit as n goes to infinity. If it's less than 1, it converges absolutely. If it's greater than 1, it diverges, and if it equals 1, it is inconclusive. So let's run through it here. So I've got the limit as n goes to infinity. So I'm going to plug in n plus 1 for all the n's. So we get 2 to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 factorial divided by, so I'm dividing by the original function, so I'm just going to do state change flip. So we're going to get n factorial over 2 to the nth power. So we've got the limit as n goes to infinity. I'm going to put this all over 1 here. So we get 2 to the nth, 2 to the first, n factorial, 2 to the nth, and then this becomes n plus 1 times n factorial. So we can cancel. So you have 2 over n plus 1, which is equal to 0. So that's less than 1, so this converges. For number 2, we're going to do the limit as n goes to infinity, absolute value. So I've got n plus 1 squared, 2, so I'm going to plug in n plus 1, you get n plus 2, over 3 to the n plus 1, and then we divide. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, so we're going to get 3 to the nth, and then n squared, and then 2 to the n plus 1. So I've got the limit as n goes to infinity. All right, so I've got this, I'm going to FOIL to get n squared plus 2n plus 1. I'm going to break this up. So we get 2 to the nth times 2 to the second, which is 4, times 3 to the nth. The bottom, we have 3 to the nth times 3 to the 1, n squared, 2 to the nth, 2 to the first. So you do as much as you need to do. Okay, now I'm showing a lot of work here, but you do what you need to do to simplify it. So I've got 2 to the nth, 2 to the nth, 3 and 3. Okay, and then this can become a 1. This can become a 2. So it looks like it's 2/3. I'm looking at my exponents here. We have n squared, the same exponent. So it's going to be the coefficient, so 2/3. So this equals 2/3, which is less than 1, so this converges. For number 3, we're going to get the limit as n goes to infinity. So we've got n plus 1 to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 factorial. We do state change flip, so we get n factorial n to the nth power, like that. So we've got the limit as n goes to infinity. So let's see what happens here. This I'm going to break up to n plus 1 to the nth times n plus 1 to the first n factorial. On the bottom we have n plus 1, and then times n factorial, and then n to the nth power. So this cancels. This cancels. Okay, so this is going to work out. Limit, I was a little concerned, to be honest. But all right, so we have, I really could write this as n plus 1 over n. They're both to the nth power. So what we could do is write it as n plus 1 over n to the nth power, like that. I'm going to break this up. So this is something you need to just be aware of. So this is weird, right? We have a function raised to a function, but if you simplify this, if I break this up, you get n over n, which is 1 plus 1 over n to the nth power. This is the definition of E. So this equals E. So E is greater than 1, so this diverges. Okay, for number 4, we've got the limit as n goes to infinity. Again, I'm going to plug in n plus 1, so this becomes n plus 1 over n plus 2. Flip it, so this becomes n plus 1, and then over root n. So we're going to get the limit as n goes to infinity. So I have n plus 1 over n plus 2. And then this I could write as, same as before. So we're going to get n plus 1 over n raised to the 1/2. Or we can leave it as a square root. So then that one becomes n plus 1, n plus 2. So we get 1 plus 1 over n inside the square root. So 1 plus 1 over n inside the square root. If we go to infinity, so limit as n goes to infinity, this goes to 0. So this is just 1. This is 1. So this is 1. So this is inconclusive. Now, hindsight, obviously this is ratio test, but you would never do the ratio test for this. This is AST. So for AST, all we have to do is do the limit as n goes to infinity. And we could do root n over n plus 1, that equals 0. So this converges by AST. Now it really depends on the question. If they wanted you to do absolute convergence or test for absolute convergence, you could do the ratio test. It's inconclusive. So then we might have to do this. And then that's looking like it's a comparison test, either direct or limit comparison. But it didn't explicitly state that. It just asked if it converged or diverged. So I would definitely do just AST for this one. Okay, for number 5, we're going to do the limit as n goes to infinity. So I've got, so it's n plus 1 squared plus 1. So it's n plus 1 squared plus 1, 2 to the n plus 1, flip it. So this is here, so this becomes 2 to the nth. And then here we get n squared plus 1. So we got the limit as n goes to infinity. That becomes n squared plus 2n plus 2. So this is n squared plus 2n. So it's plus 1, so plus 2. 2 to the nth, 2 to the nth, 2 to the first, and then n squared plus 1. Cancel, cancel. This coefficient is 1, this coefficient is 2, which is 1/2. 1/2 is less than 1, so this converges absolutely by the ratio test. Here we've got the limit as n goes to infinity. I'm going to plug in n plus 1, so we have n plus 1 squared, 2 to the n plus 1, n plus 1 factorial. I flip this, so this becomes n factorial here, and then we get n squared times 2 to the nth power. So I've got the limit as n goes to infinity. I FOILed this out to get n squared plus 2n plus 1. This is 2 to the nth, 2 to the first, and then n factorial. This becomes n plus 1 times n factorial, n squared 2 to the nth power. So cancel, 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 cancel. This is equal to 0 because the bottom is, if I were to distribute or FOIL, not really foiling, if I distribute, I get n cubed. So we have n squared over n cubed, which is 0, which is less than 1. So this converges absolutely by the ratio test. Almost done. Number 6, or number 7. So the limit as n goes to infinity. We've got 4 to the n plus 1. And it's n plus 1 factorial squared. So I'm going to write n plus 1 factorial, n plus 1 factorial. And then we have n plus 1 plus 2, so n plus 3 factorial. Like that. I think that's right. Let me think about this for a second. N plus 1. Yeah, so n plus 1 factorial squared means it's just 2 times. Now I need to flip it. I didn't give myself much space here, but this would be n plus 2 factorial, and then this would be n factorial 4 to the nth power. So we've got the limit as n goes to infinity. So it's 4 to the n, 4 to the first, n plus 1, and then n factorial, and n plus 2 factorial. Like that. We've got n plus 3, n plus 2 factorial, n factorial, n factorial, and then 4 to the nth power. But I think I missed one here. It has to be. So I did n plus 1. So this shows up twice. So then this would be n plus 1, n factorial, because it's 2 times. All right, let's see what we got here. What can I get rid of? That, and that, that, and that. This with this, this with this. Okay. So we end up with n plus 1 on top, n plus 3 on the bottom. So this goes to infinity. So this diverges. All right. And our last one. We've got the limit as n goes to infinity. All right. So it's absolute value, so I'm going to say 5. Now, it's just going to be to the nth power because I'm plugging in n plus 1 for n, and then it's minus 1. And then on the bottom, we get n plus 1 squared, 3 to the n plus 1. I'm going to do state change flip. So this would become n squared, 3 to the nth, and this would become 5 to the n minus 1. So limit as n goes to infinity. So it's 5 to the n, 3 to the n, and then n squared. This is n squared plus 2n plus 1 when I FOIL it. This is 3 to the n times 3. This is 5 to the n, 5 to the minus 1. So this would cancel. This would cancel. The 5 would come to the top. So let's get rid of that. So we end up with 5n squared. So limit as n goes to infinity. So I end up with 5n squared over 3, and then it's n squared plus 2n plus 1. So since the powers are the same, we take the coefficients, which is 5/3. 5/3 is greater than 1, so this diverges by the ratio test.